Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Raymond. I'm taking the opportunity to thank all my friends, my relatives and all the friends I've made in the business. Just start off with telling you that I was born in Rossendale, if anybody's heard of it, and it was a little village called Waterfoot, and I started playing the piano when I was 8 years old. My mother got me a piano, and then when I was old enough I played in the pubs and clubs in Rossendale, in the Rossendale area, and then I started going down to practice in a music shop in Swan's Music in Manchester. They were good, big music people, and they had a practice room upstairs, and it was an old, I don't know what sort of organ it was horrible. But anyway, there we are. And then when I was proficient, Mr. Swan said you can go out playing at the clubs and that, you know, and when they put an organ in, they sent people out to play them. And anyway, I started playing in the clubs and pubs, and then I was offered a job in the Isle of Man. So I did 4 seasons in the Isle of Man at different venues. Then I came back from the Isle of Man, and I went to Jersey. I did 9 seasons in Jersey, very happy days. If there's anybody watching this from Jersey and they remember me, if they're old enough, they might not be, but anyway, there we are. I made a lot of friends in this business. I hope I haven't made any enemies, I don't think I have, but and then when I came back from Jersey, my first job was at the Metropole Hotel, Butlins Metropole. I was there for 26 years. Very happy days, excellent company to work for. I enjoyed those years. Anyway, I played for the local organ society, the Blackpool, with John and Stephen. I've done Jersey, I've done Guernsey Organ Society, I've done Manchester, Oldham, York. I've done all of them, you know, in my time. Like I said, I'm 82 now, and this is my opportunity to pay tribute to my relatives, fantastic relatives. I love them to bits, and my friends as well. I've made a lot of friends in this business. I can't really name any of them, not to be fair, but the people know and a tribute to a lot of the musicians, all the musicians in Blackpool. Some I've met, some I haven't. Anyway, when I left the Metropole, I went to Nellie Dean's. I worked at Nellie Dean's, worked at the Music Hall Tavern, and then I played for Pat Mancini at the Queen's Hotel and several other venues. I ended up playing at the British Legion on King Street. That was more or less my final thing before I retired. I'm still retired, I'm still going to the organ and that. I think I've covered everybody. Anyway, what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a tribute to a very good friend of mine. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. He was an MCA recording artist, and I used to buy all his records, and he inspired me to play and develop a style. I don't play exactly like him, but he helped me to develop a style, and I was so glad to be able to go over to America and see him on a few occasions. Now, as you'll see, this organ behind, this was done specially for him because he was coming over to do a concert at Pontin's Organ Festival, and unfortunately he was taken ill and he couldn't come over. But this was all done. It was a standard Hammond, but I've had it all doctored and everything, you know, to sound like the old Lenny D. There are a lot of good organists and there are a lot of good musicians in Blackpool, and I like to pay tribute to them. I don't know how many. I don't know any of them at the Tower. I think I know a couple of that play at the Tower, and that's a very famous Willetts. You know, it's not the biggest one, but it's the most famous one. Wherever you go, they'll say, "Oh yeah, Willetts are at Blackpool." I think that's what I've covered really. I'd like to mention 2 names that have helped me in my career. Alan Ashton, who did a radio show, he's helped me tremendously. And I'm in contact with Keith Beckingham, who was the marketing manager for Hammond, It's gone over to Suzuki now, and they're still making the organs. I like the Hammond, but I also like the orchestral sounds as well. If I've missed anybody out, I'm sorry, it's not intentional, it's just that I met, without being conceited, I've met such a lot of people in this business and a lot of people out of the business as well, and it's my little tribute to everybody. I hope I managed to cover everybody. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this Hammond. I'm going to do a couple of Lenny D stuff for you. I'm going to do a couple of tunes on this organ because it means a lot to me, this instrument, because like I said, I had it all done up for Lenny D, and it's to his specifications, and nobody will play like Lenny D, but I like to catch his style of playing. Here we go. This next number that I'm going to play was written by Lenny D, and he gave me permission to put it on a recording as long as it's not, it's not for sale or anything. He gave me permission. It's called Crazy Crazy, and he actually couldn't get anybody to record it. It's quite a catchy tune. So he did it himself on some of his LPs. He was quite a good singer as well. Makes me sick actually. So here we go. This is Crazy Crazy. It's not the Patsy Cline one. It's the Lenny D one. With a couple of numbers in the traditional Hammond, Lenny D style. These are some of his old recordings before they brought the Leslie speaker out. He didn't use them, he used the straight speakers. So just to finish, here we go, this is some of old Lenny D's old stuff. Now, I'll tell you what I would like to do. We're doing tributes to organists, Lenny D, but there was an organist in the 50s, 40s, and everybody said, oh, you either liked him or you didn't like him. And he had this style of playing, and I'm just going to do one number. I don't know whether anybody will remember him or not. It was called Ken Griffin. Have you heard of him? No. Ken Griffin never used rhythms or anything, and he used to play very, very simply. My mother thought he was brilliant, but a lot of people didn't. But this is a little tribute to Ken Griffin. He made a record called The Cuckoo Waltz, and you can't be tuned here. The Cuckoo Waltz went right to the top of the hit parade. But this is old Ken Griffin. All right, sorry about that. do. I've got rhythm now.
Yeah,
I'll speed it up. You see.
Yeah.
So that'll do. Right. You see, Tony knows this inside out, and when I were over there, he was stood at side of me like pressing bloody buttons.
Yeah. It's just practice, that's all.
Sorry?
It's just practice, that's all.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is.